Hey, this is Danielle Mazzuchi, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the bullying that I experienced growing up. As you may or may not know, it was racial and ethnic bullying, and I wanted to tell you about my story. So here goes. It all started around September 11, 2001. I went to school in Arlington, Virginia, about 3 miles from the Pentagon. So the annual school Oktoberfest was a month after September 11th. Me and my family, we enjoyed the day, we had fun, face paint, everything. So shortly after, me and my family, we went out to dinner. And after dinner, we met in an alley. So my mom was pulling us up to my father. They had already been there, so we're just meeting them back up. And upon our arrival, there was a man screaming at my father, "Go back to your country, go back to your country." Now, I was 8 years old, so I was a little confused as to what was going on. I didn't understand "go back to your country" because we were in our country. I didn't really make that parallel distinction. So when my mom pulled up the car, the man walked up to my mom's car, pulled out a hammer, and threatened to bash her head in and called her all types of vulgar names. And at this point, my aunt and my mom, they were telling us it was me, my brother, my cousin, my sister, to close our eyes, put our head down, and just close our ears. So I did that. Afterwards, the man walked away, and we called the police, but he had already, who knows where he went. So after all of that, my brother got sick, I was crying, I was a little unsettled simply because I didn't know what was going on. At the tender age of 8, you don't really make that connection that the world is a place where you may or may not be subject to any type of racial discrimination, racism, anything. So growing up, this was always something that was recurring for me. Oftentimes in elementary, middle, and high school, I would be bullied because nobody ever knows my ethnicity. It's interesting because people always ask, "Oh, you're Brazilian," or "Oh, you're Armenian," and they never get it right. So for now, I'm able to make light of it because it's interesting to hear what people think I am. In fact, I am from the island of Guam. My mother is full-blooded Chamorro, so I'm half Guamanian, and my father is 75% African American and 25% Italian. So I'm a little mixing pot, but it was always hard growing up because people would tell me I couldn't say certain words because I wasn't enough of one ethnicity. So, for example, I'm African American, so people would tell me, you can't say certain words because you're not black enough. But I never got that. Like, I never understood what black enough meant. So, finding envy and hearing about their program and their mission, I reached out to Jahara in 2010. Jahara Sanders is the founder, and it's been amazing since then. It's been an amazing ride, an amazing journey. I can always go back to my envy family. Doing PALS for the past 2 years now has been such an amazing experience where I'm able to educate the youth and the students that come about racial and ethnic bullying and how to handle it, because at the end of the day, you have to love who you are. I was teased and bullied based on my lips. People would literally put their arms like this and talk about my lips like that. My nose was always too big. They would say I have a bell pepper nose. My eyebrows were too thick. My hair was too curly. It was nappy. I never understood any of this, but being a part of many races, like I said, I can't identify with just one, and you can't put any type of race into one specified box. So what is black enough? What is white enough? What is Chamorro? People, when I would tell people I'm Guamanian, they would say, "Oh, guacamole, oh, you're from Guatemala." That's very insulting. So I've learned over the years to hold my head high because I am proud of these features that make me different and make me beautiful. And that's what I love to instill in the students at PALS. It's a safe place. It's an amazing experience. So please come and we can talk a little bit more about this.